tifu by realizing I got scammed 6 years ago. So this happened 6 years ago. My laptop with 8GB RAM stopped working. So I showed it to a repair guy. He took the laptop, repaired it, and returned it to me. After 2 days the laptop started working again. And I was really happy. However, the speed felt slower than before. Previously, I could open multiple Chrome tabs and still be able to play games while they were open, but now it would drop a lot of frames and my laptop would start overheating. I thought maybe it's getting old, so that's why the performance is dropping. So I didn't care much. Fast forward to few days back, the same laptop stopped working again. So I called the same repair guy. He took the laptop again, repaired it and returned it to me in 2 days. This time, when I started using the laptop, I could immediately tell something was off. The speed was ridiculously slower than before. If opened just 2 tabs on Chrome it would still overheat. I checked on YouTube for solutions and came across this video where he said to check on computer settings whether all my RAM slots were functioning properly and all my RAM cards were being detected. So I opened computer setting and guess what I find out? It's reading only 2GB of RAM. How the fudge did it drop to 2GB from 8GB? I thought it must be an error. So I restarted the laptop multiple times and it still read 2GB. Then I called the repair guy and asked him about this. He replied it's just a minor error, it will fix automatically over time, don't worry. I was so confused. I didn't believe him. So I opened the laptop myself and checked the RAM slots, and guess what I find? One of the RAM cards is missing. And the RAM card that was in it was not the one that I got with my laptop, because I remember it had a stylish border. So I looked up the card number online and found out that it was only 2GB. I called the repair guy again and asked him about this. He said that he was also repairing another laptop and swapped RAM cards by mistake, and he was really sorry. So he came home the next day, swapped the RAM card with my original one, and was about to leave when I asked him what about the second card? RG, what card? Me, the one that you stole from me years ago. RG, I don't know what you are talking about. Me, this is only 4GB RAM, don't try to fool me again, I'm calling the cops. RG, wait, I'm sorry, I think I remember now, I'll bring it. I had forgotten about it. So he brought it back and now my laptop is as fast as ever. I guess I would have never known about the stolen RAM card if I never called him again. TLDR, laptop repair guy stole one of my RAM cards 6 years ago, and I learned that recently. I confronted him about it, and after threatening him of calling cops on him, he surrendered and returned it to me. Update 1. Holy shit, I did not expect this post to blow up. Thanks for all the awards. I have never got these many awards before. Speaking of the thief, I reported it to the customer service of his company. They told me they will take action against him. I will ask them again tomorrow and update it on this post. Update 2. The guy got fired from his company and got arrested. Apparently he had made over $5,000 by selling stolen electronic parts from all his customers. He had stolen things like cameras and graphic cards, etc. His company gave every one of his customers a huge discount coupon in return as a token of apology. The cops are still investigating the whole chain of these scammers. I hope they get caught soon. Also, I read most of the comments and I wanted to clear up some misconceptions people had. 1. He obviously did not return the exact same RAM card to me. He must have bought the same model from one of his friends from the chain. 2. How is this my tifu? Well, if I had investigated this the first time my laptop got slow 6 years ago, then I could have not only saved 6 years of slow processing of information, but also prevented others from getting scammed in that time period. That fucker got arrested. It's a shame it took him so long. The lesson we should all learn from this is to be careful with whom you give your products to, and try fixing things on your own. Don't be an idiot like me. That's it. I'm learning how to fix absolutely everything myself. It's much easier than you think. Everything is just sort of like adult Legos. And for computers specifically r/build app, because usually friendly with new people. I can debikes. And from that I sort of developed a better memory for how things come apart, and became more thoughtful about what individual parts are for. But I don't know anything about electronics, but I'll definitely do some learning. Thanks. This is why computer repair, if anything, is important to learn yourself. Sure, there's of course a money saving argument of doing it yourself. It's also not time consuming. since most tasks run automatically / is scheduled with you just verifying results. But there is also a massive security benefit. There was an issue at a car repair store here in my town years ago. It turned out they had been installing malware for keyloggers and botnets on every computer that came through, as well as one instance of installing a spy camera and microphone in a tower. Imagine if he hadn't stolen any RAM, but instead was recording every account you ever logged into on that laptop. For years. 2 things pretty amazing. 1. You had the same computer for over 6 years. 2. He had the same job in the same repair shop for over 6 years. I owned a restaurant that was in the same building as a small computer and phone repair service. He'd come in for lunch every now and then and were reasonably nice, quite socially awkward. I go down to visit the restaurant one day, maybe help out with stock take as it was taking longer than usual as we had construction going on. And as I'm opening, a police officer asks if he and some coworkers can use my back courtyard to get some work done. It's a semi-public area. He didn't have to ask, but was the back entrance to both my restaurant and the computer store and a shared toilet block / smoking area. I say sure, and 10 minutes later the place is swarmed by local and federal police, both the front and back entrances. I live in a small town in Australia. Federal police aren't something you see here. All the guys in the computer repair shop are arrested. I can't find a news story about it. So from what I was informally told, he'd been running an identity theft ring, but also a straight up theft ring. They found a few of my pots and pans and stuff like that, as well as a bunch of tools from the construction crew, and also a lot of stolen carpet for some reason. Don't trust repair guys. As someone lot repairs computers for others, this aggravated me. There is never a reason to treat a customer like this. I don't get it. Just charge them for the RAM, then bill them for your repair hours. The extra little bit from scamming and putting a shitty RAM that is sure to come back and bite you in the ass. Anything underhanded like this will always bite you in the ass. I fixed one for a lady that a different repair shop told her that her hard drive was fried. I plugged it in, and her daughter was overjoyed because it had her artwork on it that she thought was lost. The shop left it unplugged and sold her a new hard drive and Windows installation. Crap like that just ticks me off. I used to repair laptops / desktops. Laptops. Every once in a while there'd be one that was just not repairable, let's say fried motherboard, out of warranty, can't get parts for it, etc. I'd tell the customer, pull the HDD and offer them data recovery for free if I could keep the old laptop for parts, and most accepted. A lot of the work I did was for people in a old age home where my mom worked. A lot of these people were pretty poor or would just have old tech that was handed down to them. I used to take parts from those old broken laptops and upgrade their old tech, like maximuming out their RAM, upgrading their HDD 100% free. If it was sugar, we are talking about when DDR3 had just came out and 100% of these PPL were still running DDR2. Did the same for poor people in general. Quite the opposite of the person in ops post. Theft is theft. Report the person to the cops. There's tons of money out there in the repair world if you're a good person. I got hundreds of recommendations because I performed magic or well-breathed life into their old tech and ended up with many really profitable contracts with local businesses. Report him. Do be very worried when it personal tells you it will fix itself over time. You would have gotten away with this for anyone that didn't understand the specs of their laptop and what they are seeing on the task manager. For the general populace, I'd say that's most people. In college I was visiting my aunt and uncle lived 4 hours away. Got in my car to go home and it wouldn't start. Thankfully there was a car repair shop a block from their house. Got told I needed a new starter for $400, a huge amount of money to a kid surviving on waitressing tips. PS. I paid, and when I picked up the car one of the repairmen wanted to show me a feature my car had just in case I hadn't noticed. It was an anti-theft switch under the steering column. Didn't think much of it until 3 months later when my starter died again. I was really confused because I had just replaced it. The honest mechanic I used in my college town told me it looked like the starter had never been replaced in my car. I finally put 2 and 2 together. I must have flicked the switch getting in / out of the car and they took the opportunity to swindle a stupid college kid. It tried to call the previous repair shop for money back and they laughed in my face before hanging up. My uncle went down to advocate on my behalf, and since he's 6'4" and a big guy, but mild-mannered and too nice at times, they decided to give back the $130 starter costs under warranty. And that's the story of how I got scammed. And why mechanics are on my list of about 3 professions that I don't trust unless I have a long history with one I've found to be honest. Dentists and handymen / contractors are also on that list. Happened to me with the place where I live. I had a badass, at the time, dark red Radeon graphics card when my computer broke. Took it to a place, got it back working, but I couldn't even play half the games in my library anymore. Opened the case and lo and behold, my badass red graphics card with the massive copper heatsink is a tiny green sliver with a small cooling fan. Raised hell and got someone fired for that one. Please click subscribe if you enjoyed this video.